back to the Meeple Marathon. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Asia expansion for Wingspan. Now this is the digital version from Monster Couch. The physical version has been out for a while, but this beautifully replicates the physical version here for digital Wingspan. So if we go into the store here and under expansions, you can see that all three of the main expansions for physical Wingspan are now in the digital game. They do have some bundles that has all the expansions plus the decorative packs, just the expansions. Birds and Cats Special Edition includes Calico, so lots of bundles there if you want to pick this up at the store. This version that you're seeing now is on Steam, but the Asia expansion is going to be available for other platforms as well. So if you're not familiar with the Asia expansion, it brings something like 90 new bird cards, as well as some new bonus cards, but the biggest thing is Duet Mode. So this is a 2-player only mode, one that you can either play against the Automa or another human player, but it brings this whole new kind of little side map in. So that's the mode we're going to check out here. We're going to do a custom game, and you can see here we can now change from we can do a standard game, we can do a duet mode. So we're going to choose duet mode, and the orders doesn't really matter because there's only 2 players, and we'll give the bot, there's lots of fun stuff to choose from here, stuff that can also be unlocked through decorative packs, DLC. This guy looks kind of menacing, so we'll pick him and we'll put him in Stonehenge. And let's see, we have got I really like this guy, but let's pick somebody from the Asia expansion. Let's pick the Rooster here. You can see also that anything with an A on it is going to be added to the Asia expansion. So if I come back in here one more time, OE is Oceanic expansion, EE is European expansion, and A is Asia. So here you can see this is what you get with just the base game, so on and so forth. So, all right. Also, I'm going to turn off the other 2 expansions, so that way you are more likely to see the Asia cards. So, all right, we are ready to go. I'm not going to go into too much detail explaining how to play Wingspan or how to play it digitally. I have videos for those on the channel. If you just search for Wingspan on my channel, you're bound to find some. I'll probably put a link to some few in the description or into the video as some cards. But this one is meant to be really just showing off the Asia expansion. So here we've got 2 Asia birds, specific to the expansion. The black stork. Lay 1 bird on each of these, each of the birds immediately to the left and right of this bird. Okay, that guy's not bad. I tend to try and get the cheap ones, so let's take him. And let's see what our bonus cards are saying. So, platform builder. Birds with this specific nest. There's 31% of them in the game. Or birds with this nest. So let's look back here at we've got both. So I could go right here, these 2, and let's pick up at least one of our leaves, and yeah, we'll just start with that. And then we're gonna go with the ones with the bowl nests. Same scoring. Can't do any different. All right. So as of right now, things are pretty normal. This should look all exactly like normal Wingspan. If you're not familiar with the digital one, it's an amazing presentation of Wingspan. It's one of the best digital implementations of the game because the game plays exactly as it should. There's no wonky rules or anything like that. It just is displayed in this beautiful way. Or if you prefer to look at it like you would on a table, here you go. You can have your standard player board with just the 3 boring rows. But Nobody likes to look at that. So, yeah, let's think about what we want to do here. We can get the Eastern Kingbird on the board. When another player plays a forest bird, gain 1 from the supplies. That one's pretty good to get out early on. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and play him up here. Yeah, that way we can start getting better food. We're gonna, we'll pay for it with the berries.
Eastern Kingbird. The kingbird displays its orange crown while defending its territory.
There you go. That is one of the benefits of the digital mode of Wingspan, is that they read out the little trivia for you as you play the bird. So really like that. And now this is the kind of duet map. This is the area that is specific to duet mode. And what you're going to do now is place down one of your tokens. In this digital version, it's going to be a little flag. I'm the blue player, and so a little blue flag is going to be placed, and the other player cannot go to that spot. Now, for the most part, you're just claiming a location, but you'll notice that I played a bird in the forest area, so my only options for placing my flag down are here in the green area. If I had placed down in the water area, they would all be down here in this blue area, and then in the fields down in the yellow area. One thing I'm wondering whether or not they're going to do in the future is mix up this map a little bit. Obviously, with the physical version, there's just one map. Maybe there's plans to make a different map in the future, but for right now, this is just the same setup as always, but the icons on the locations are randomized. So this is different from like the last game I played. You'll notice that what I have a choice to choose from is in blue, and that's because I played a bird with that bowl style nest. I paid for it with a berry, and it was less than 50 centimeters. All these other options did not meet the criteria of the type of bird that I put into my tableau. Now, why does this all matter? Well, some of these, none of the ones that I have the option, you'll see little bonuses next to them. Here in the green, it's going to be a food die, a die from the bird feeder. Down in the water, it's going to be a card, and down in the grasslands, it's going to be an egg. Now, I'm not selecting, I don't have the option of selecting one of those, so let's move on to the other thing, and that is the end of round scoring conditions. These are all unique to the Asia expansion to be used specifically in duet mode. You could take all of your content for Asia, and you could play a normal game of Wingspan. If you do that digitally, you can turn on or off the Asia expansion, but unless you're playing duet mode, it's not going to have these objective tokens. It's going to have standard ones. These objective tokens are specifically geared towards how you place onto the duet map. So let's look here at our options. Round 1, not on the edge of the map. So unfortunately, everything, I feel like even this cherry one here is going to be considered on the edge. I don't have the option of placing anything on the interior. So I'm not off to a great start. In the future, however, we're looking for flags on the type of nests. So maybe I could jump start that one. Round 3, fewest on bonus spaces. And we already talked about the bonus spaces. So anything I choose here would not have a bonus. And then round 4 is horizontal rows with at least one of your flags. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horizontal rows. So you could do it a maximum of 6 times. All right. So no matter what I choose here, it's going to be on the edge of the map. So let's choose one of these bowls. You're going to see, boom, here below round 2, it instantly starts tracking. It says I have 1 towards that round's goal. Again, this is another touch of the digital version. Instant tracking of all your stats that you're not going to get in the physical version. Okay. And that's pretty much it. The rest of the game of Wingspan is exactly the same. It's just when you play bird card into your tableau, you get to place one of your duet tokens. In this game, it looks more like a flag. to try and meet the end of round goals, possibly to get a little bonus. And that's it. That's the big mode for Duet. I personally really like this mode because not only does it change up the end of round objectives, it does give you the opportunity to get a little bonus sometimes. And I've just lost my train of thought. I apologize. But it also makes you think about the birds you play and when you play them. You know, you're always doing that, but it just gives another layer of deciding which birds to play and when. Plus, it doesn't change the rules. If you're familiar with Wingspan, you can easily pick up these rules. I'm sure you're already up to speed with what I've just discussed. All right, so in order to get this twit, I don't know, we're going to need another leaf, grain, whatever that is. And I do want to get this guy down because he's got an end of round bonus. That's, I believe, something that came with the Asia expansion, things that trigger at the end of each round. So the sooner I get him down, the more effective he will be for me. So let's get some food. Now, unfortunately, though, the type of food I would like is not in the bird feeder. So I'm actually going to come down here and maybe draw a card, see if the other player maybe is going to go after some food. If not, I can always take this bird and use it to pick up a second food. So yeah, we're going to take this action, and this one looks fine. It fits my criteria of having birds with this type of nest. And so that's the card we're going to choose. All right, let's see what he does. Okay, when another player plays a bird, gain one from the supply. Click to start. All right, so he played a bird into the forest, so I'm going to get my Eastern Kingbird to fire off. And yes, of course I want a worm from the supply. And then we're back to us. He there tells you what he played. It's a little weird that he tells you after you already know because of your Eastern Kingbird, but it doesn't matter. Here you can see his board. Very blah looking in my opinion, but if you wanted to check out his board, I usually like to keep them like this so I can see it in one fell swoop. Another benefit, obviously, of oh, I guess it changed mine too. Another benefit of playing digitally is if you are playing solo, you don't have to play against the Automa. You can play against a simulated player in the normal mode. The Automa mode, in my opinion, got a little more challenging with the Asia rules updating the overall Automa mode. But for a lot of people, I think that's what they were looking for, because the Automa had always been pretty easy from the very beginning. Unfortunately, they didn't take any food. So, what can I get here? No cherries. I have a worm. Is there another bird that I could up here? No. See, this one needs... I just don't know what to do. This video is meant to just show off some of the stuff, so I'm probably just going to make some rash decisions here and not play very well, so please do not take this as a strategy video for Wingspan. If you ever want to jump to the Duet map, you can click up here in the kind of upper middle-ish, upper right quarter to jump to the Duet map if you wanted to see what's there. Alright, I don't have any eggs anyways, so maybe that's what we do. Maybe we take another pause. I'm just trying to get the other guy to burn up some of that stuff. And we're going to play both of them here. Now I at least have an egg, so I can play one of these guys up here if I want to. Because the twit... Oh no, that was a different one. Tuck a card from your hand behind this bird if you do draw a card. Okay. And he took one worm, which is still not super helpful. Alright. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to come in here we're going to say yes. I'm going to get rid of this House Finch. And then I'm going to come back here, and I'm just going to take these really hard ones to get. Also, this means I can re-roll these dice if I come back to it. So yeah, my turn's over. Let's see what he's doing. He's thinking a little bit. Click to start, and he's laid some eggs. Okay. I think, again, this is not strategy. This is not the best gameplay options, but I'm just trying to get this Twite onto the bird so you guys can see what an end of round effect looks like. So we're going to go here again. I'm going to choose to re-roll these dice, and I got what I needed. We'll take this one here, and we'll stop there. Alright, he's drawing bird cards. I'm going to come here. I'm going to play this Twite for exactly the food I have.
Outside of breeding season, twites will gather in large numbers, often with other finches.
So, round one is the least worthy thing to gain. I could go here for the wheat one and get an egg. Or I could just really jump ahead for round 2 and stay away from the bonus spaces, because that's round 3. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're just not doing well here with the round 1 goal, but I'm fine with that. Alright, what's he got for me? Two turns left. He's laid more eggs. I've got 2 eggs to go. I just need some bird cards here. So, yeah. I could go ahead and take this one. I've got 1 fish. Or the Great Adjutant. Copy 1 bonus card of the next player as if it were your own. Score is based on your own birds. I don't like that one so much. When activated, you may move 1 fish from this bird to your supply. Then roll any 2 dice if there are any birds. Cachet 1 on this. Yeah, I like this one's not bad. If I can get another fish, I can play this guy down. I've got 1 more turn left. What did he do? He's drawn bird cards. So let's see here. What's in the bird feeder? No fish. Alright, well that's not helping me. I do have 2 worms though. So I could turn in 2 worms for a fish. So I think we'll do that. I don't really want the desert fish. The great hummingbird though has the right thing. He's got a very easy, and when activated, and this guy's going to disappear. So I'm actually going to, again, this may not be the best choice, but I like this card. So I'm going to take this black-chinned hummingbird into my... Alright, so 1 bird with end of round powers meets the activation requirements. Activate bird. Yes, you could skip it. I don't know why you would. So you just click anywhere on this big box. It's telling you where that bird is located with a little circle. Tells you where I have birds and then which one is being activated. And so I go to it and we click on it. Draw 2 cards from the deck, then tuck any 2 from your hand behind this bird. Yes, that's what I want to do. And I guess I can only choose Sing Song Sparrow. Okay. You can still draw from the deck. If you skip it, you will not receive the benefit it provides. Don't skip. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. Okay. Alright. I've got my 2 cards. Now I need to... I don't want this guy. these guys are all pretty good. I kind of like the Great Commodore, but I really like these two. They have given me a lot of good options, and they fit my endgame bonus. So we're going to get that guy out here. All right, tucked cards are worth a point, so there we go. Now we're looking here. He's got 2 on the interior, so he's going to claim this. It's going to be worth 2 points at the end of the game. But I'm already up to nothing for round 2, so that's a good start. It's showing me now if I highlight here, which ones are mine, and if I highlight here, it's showing me which rows I'm in. So that's it. Basically, we can start another round, but I don't want to bore you guys with what looks to be a pretty poor game on my part. Anyways, this video was just meant to show off the Asia expansion for Digital Wingspan. Again,